Our Community Health Improvement Plan, also known as our CHIP, really creates a shared vision for health improvement in Wyandotte County over a course of 5 years. It's intended to be a collaborative effort where we bring together different sectors across our community to address safe and affordable housing, ensuring we're addressing needs in our on-house population and also looking at bringing in affordable housing to our community and different creative solutions in which to do that.
No one had really brought together people working on housing before. I think Wyandotte County has one of the biggest needs for affordability. Many of our residents can't even meet the lowest rent in the region. Affordability for a lot of our residents is just survival, just being able to afford something to be in, to live and be sheltered.
Community said, hey, we want to see more equitable housing, not just housing. We want it to both be safe, affordable, in a place where people can actually live. Folks wanted to be able to thrive even outside of the Legends. And so while we have lots of development happening in our corridor west, the health outcomes and housing was a bit of a concern to most of our neighbors on the east side of our county.
Our goal should be beyond affordability. Our goal should be that not just people can afford a rent or a mortgage, but that it should be that they can afford to live and build wealth.
One of the great strengths we have in our Wyandotte County is we work really well together to try to address this problem. The hope is that this homeless response plan that we've created through this CHIP work will really be a precursor to a larger comprehensive plan to end homelessness here in our community. When you look at homelessness, the homelessness problem is the same problem as the affordable housing problem. So if someone is struggling to find a house that they can afford based on their income, even to buy a home, that's the same problem that someone that's experiencing homelessness is facing. It's the same problem as if someone is aging and they can't continue to stay in their home because they can't no longer afford to stay there, or they can't find places for their aging parents to live. It's the same problem. We're all on this kind of housing continuum together, and we have to find ways for us all on this housing continuum to have affordable ways for us to be able to find safe, quality, and affordable housing.
There's a national housing crisis right now, and national housing crisis means there's a national health crisis. Homelessness is rising. We know that people can't afford housing costs, and there's a big difference between wage increases and housing cost increases. And so it's all these things are coming together to really make housing like one of the most important social determinants of health in the county. It's not getting less important, it's getting more important.
Pulling together housing people was one, we were kind of starting from scratch and trying to get everybody on the same page. So some of those difficult conversations and tense and trying to figure out the consensus and what direction we want to take was really difficult but rewarding. And then when I step back and look at everything that happened, like the most rewarding thing to me is that we had those hard conversations, that we pulled together these different groups that had never come together before. That was new and it was different. And I really feel like it shifted how our community started to think about housing, not just the exterior, but the interior of your house and the availability of housing and affordability of housing.
There is a lot of really great housing work going on across the county, but oftentimes, whether it be organizations or coalitions who are working together on specific items, I believe that the CHIP Safe and Affordable Housing Action Team has been able to bring those things together and to collaborate. So when we're all in our different circles, we're talking about the same things with the same context and the same ideologies. That is a rewarding part of this work, is being able to collaborate and bring together like minds with the same purpose. I believe we all want more safe and affordable housing, and so together we're able to get there by all being on the same page.
I think affordability for our community should be creating neighborhoods in which people who are, generational, like affordability of housing. So making sure that our neighborhoods can house an 18-year-old just graduating from our high school all the way up to a 100-year-old who wants to move into assisted living or into senior housing, but wants to stay in their neighborhood where their friends and their church, their stores, their community is. Making Wyandotte County a place where that could happen, where people of all ages and all income levels can afford to live in every neighborhood of our community.
Housing doesn't grow overnight, and so this is a process, and I look forward to seeing what we will accomplish in the years to come.